everyone. I'm at the car wash. All right, new direction. Can you see this t-shirt I'm wearing today? Nancy Schaffer. Well, if you're wondering why am I spending all this time ranting about churches? You know, who am I? Where am I coming from? What's really my story? What does it have to do with Nancy Schaffer? And I'm not sure how far I'm going to go with this video. How long of a series I'm going to turn this into, but just understand, please be patient with me, because I am literally processing this out in the open. Like I said, I don't have time to sit around writing a book, because the matter is, it's a crisis, okay? It's a crisis happening in our country. It's a worldwide crisis. But I can really only speak of my experience, what happened to me here in America. Okay? So maybe that'll help you to understand a little bit more about why I'm trying to emphasize this whole connection, okay? And my bottom line to you, excuse me as I turn, is that when I say to you that there is nowhere for us to go, I want you to understand that I am not whining. I am not telling you about this learned helplessness that I am, you know, coming out from or something. That's not where I'm coming from, and I just want to try to spit it out at you. But it's so complicating, you guys. It's just pray for me, okay? As I tell you about what this is all about. At this moment right now, okay, we've got a couple things going on, and you know, some of it's getting the attention that it deserves, and some of it's not getting the attention that it deserves. We have the Pedogate and the Pizzagate. People are rising up in astounding awareness, looking into the matter, looking to see how real and true and relevant and current events and how far back in history that the injustice within our justice system and the enormous crimes against children under the guise of people in power or organizations that say that they are on our side and they're not. Okay? And you have another section of people who are similar to the Noreen Goshes of America. Okay, you know, Johnny Gosh's mother. She went through the system. She fought the giant to the best of her ability. And she, at the end of the day, she has still lost her son. Her son even came back to her. It's just astounding. Some of us who understand how huge that giant is possibly because they're saying that Johnny Gosh was kidnapped by George H.W. Bush, because there's a picture of little Johnny standing behind George H.W. Bush. That's how huge the giant is. But there's another part of us here in America who are parents just like Noreen. we are also fighting the giant. But the predator isn't necessarily a George H.W. Bush. The predator could be the person next door, a random stranger, someone within the family. It could be absolutely anyone. But the bottom line that connects everything is that crimes are happening against children, and there's a giant obstructing the justice. So what am I saying to you in my videos again and again and again and again? Is I'm trying to convey to you that this is a problem that seemingly has zero solutions. And it's the reason why I emphasize Jesus Christ. Have we seen Jesus Christ's hand in this matter yet? Injustice? I'm afraid we haven't. But that's also the point of what I'm trying to convey to you, is that we're going to start seeing his justice like we've never seen it before. And I don't know how to explain it or express it or prove it to you in scientific facts yet, okay? That's why I've only shared with you some scriptures, such as, Psalm 118 and Psalm 37. It's all I have to stand on. And that's a lot. When God says, I will destroy them, I will destroy them, I will destroy them, I will cut them off, we have to look as a people. We have to consider things, whether you believe in the Bible or God or Jesus or not. Because I'm not talking about religion, people. You have to realize that we have a history. It's not being taught in the public school system. We have things like the days of Noah, when the wicked were wiped off the earth. We have things like Sodom and Gomorrah, that people who the lifestyle was so atrocious. It's exactly where it's going right now. How you can see the LGBTQ is adding the letter P. Did you see that? Are you guys seeing that? They're adding the pedophile, pedestry, trying to make pedophilia legal. They're adding it to the movement of the LGBTQ. So, there's all of these covert, cunning, strong deceptions that are happening in our country, just here in America, that are just so ginormous, just overwhelming people. And it's like, there's no way to fight against this. What good is making a placard and having a protest? It's like, what good is that? So, and I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying, I'm trying to express to you what I am seeing. So I'm going to throw just one extreme example. Do you remember a girl named Erin? And I can't think of her last name, but she is the one who, she wrote a book, she went on Oprah, she talked about her being molested as a young child, and she became a social worker, and she has been going from state to state to state to state, passing Erin's Law. Erin's Law, is doing this thing where it's saying that all the schools have to tell social services when children speak up about sexual abuse or any kind of abuse, that the schools have to report abuse. Okay, you've seen this. Now all of a sudden there's just this huge thing overtaking our country, from the parking lots of Walmart to, just anything that is absolutely ridiculous, calling itself neglect. And you have all these spies. Everyone is a spy now to report abuse. So I'm coming back to, why am I wearing this Nancy Schaffer t-shirt? Because I'm trying to merge the pedogate the Pizzagate, the parent alienation, the Noreen Goshes. I'm trying to merge us, okay? The ones who are affected by the Child Protective Services and the family court system. I'm trying to merge us so that we can understand how we have so many things in common right now. Because it's Nancy Schaffer who has died fighting to prove her study for 4 years that Child Protective Services is not protecting children. It might be protecting this many, okay? And the whole rest of it, 95% of the rest of the system is literally walking up to your house and kidnapping your kid. There's this whole study of evidence now that's proving foster children, they're dying 6 times the rate of a natural citizen in the public domain who's a child. They're being trafficked. Okay? When we start to understand there's literally nowhere to go. And then what does this have to do with churches and all the rest? Because when a person is in a crisis, you call 911. And in the process of going through the crisis, you reach out to your community. If you're a Christian religious person, you're reaching out to your church. Your church isn't going to help you. It might pray for you, and it might throw a couple bucks at you, or some food and some clothing. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? But to literally fight this giant, you need tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars for a good lawyer. And if you're even blessed to find that one good lawyer, because there is probably 1% of the population in America that is that good lawyer. Because a good lawyer who is absolutely sincere and doesn't give a crap about the giant and will tell them straight to their face, they're gonna fight till their death. Okay? Let's be real, and let's stop expecting these people to fight to their death. We don't have tens and thousands of dollars. We don't have these kinds of people in our society who will stop at nothing to fight tooth and nail. Okay? Even if they do it pro bono, it is a very hard thing to find. Okay? So we just can't keep expecting things to work in our favor for the children unless you also understand how just the whole world system works. It's not going to work in your favor unless you are someone like this Erin person, like I'm trying to show you. She's a sellout. Number one, she's a social worker. Does she know that she's attached to a kidnapping industry? I don't know. A lot of social workers have the right intentions, and then they get involved, and then they're overwhelmed, and they don't know what to do either. I mean, it's just this crazy cycle, okay? But we have to start a conversation that merges these two worlds together and start to understand that everything we've ever done doesn't work. The only solution is Jesus Christ. Prayer alone is not the only answer. So something catastrophic is going to have to happen. This is where my mind is coming, and I'm sorry that it has to be this doom and gloom, but there is no other way to fight against pedophiles and murderers, okay? I gotta go for this time, and I'll be back later. Bye-bye.